My beloved child, I speak to you now with a voice that does not fade, with a love that does not end, and with a truth that reaches deeper than the oceans and higher than the skies, for I am the one who gave you breath, who formed you in the secret place, who knew your name before you were born, and today I am here to tell you how to walk in the path of a long life, not just a life of years, but a life of fullness. A life where your days are not wasted and your heart is not burdened with regret. A life where your body is strong, your mind is clear, and your spirit burns bright until the final moment when I call you home, for many walk the earth thinking they will have tomorrow, but I tell you that tomorrow is not promised unless you walk in the ways that bring life. And I am giving you this message so that you will not be caught in the trap of weariness, sickness, or sudden destruction, for there are dangers you do not see, there are habits you have allowed that are silently stealing your strength, there are people around you whose words and actions are shortening your days, but I have come to give you awareness, I have come to place a shield over you, I have come to extend your years, and if you will listen carefully, not just with your ears but with your heart, you will live to see blessings you never imagined, for the key to long life begins with honoring the very breath I have placed inside you, for every beat of your heart is a gift, every morning you open your eyes is a new chapter written by my hand. And when you abuse this gift by filling your days with anger, bitterness, greed, or carelessness toward your body, you cut short what I intended to be abundant, but if you turn to me, if you walk in peace, if you keep your hands from evil and your mind from dwelling on darkness, you will not only add years to your life but life to your years, because a long life without joy is like a river without water, it exists but it does not nourish. So I say to you, protect your joy, protect your peace. For every stress you carry steals a little from your strength, every grudge you hold poisons your spirit, every fear you feed eats away at your days, and I did not create you to live in fear but in faith. I did not create you to live in constant worry but in constant trust, for the secret to long life is not just what you eat or how you care for your body but the condition of your heart, and when your heart is light, when your conscience is clear, when your soul is at peace with me, your body responds with strength, your mind responds with clarity, your years respond with increase, so I call you now to cast away what is heavy, to forgive even when it is hard, to speak life over yourself and not death, for the tongue holds the power of life and death and many shorten their days by speaking sickness, failure, and hopelessness over themselves, but if you speak health, speak hope, speak the promises I have given you, the very cells in your body will align with my word, and you will find yourself walking in energy, in healing, in a freshness that others will not understand, for my blessing is not bound by age, and those who walk with me will find that even in their later years they will be fruitful, they will be strong, they will be full of purpose, and I say to you, do not allow the world to fill your days with toxins, whether in your food, your mind, or your spirit, for what you consume becomes what you are, and just as your body needs clean water, your soul needs pure truth, your mind needs holy thoughts, your heart needs kindness, and when you fill yourself with these, the years will stretch before you like a path of light. But when you fill yourself with violence, hatred, lies, and poison, your days become like a candle burning at both ends, beautiful for a moment but quickly gone, so I say to you, slow down and listen, for many rush so much they do not even hear the warnings I send, but today I am making it clear, there are things you must stop now if you want to live long, there are roads you must turn away from, there are relationships you must release. For not everyone who walks with you is for your good, some are draining you, some are placing weights on your shoulders, some are speaking curses over you without you even knowing, and their presence is like a shadow over your life, but if you choose me above them, if you walk in the light and separate from those who do not honor me, your path will be brighter, your nights will be more peaceful, and your body will find the rest it needs to renew itself. And I tell you this because the human body was created with the ability to heal, to renew, to regenerate, but when it is constantly under stress, when it is constantly fighting toxins of bitterness, it wears down faster than I intended. And so today I give you this divine alert: choose peace, choose faith, choose joy, choose forgiveness, choose love, and you will see your days lengthen, your strength return, and your destiny unfold exactly as I have planned since before the foundation of the world. For I have not called you to die before your time, I have called you to live fully, to live long, and to live in my blessing. And I say to you, my precious one, do not think that living long is only about adding more days to your calendar. For what good is a body that survives if the soul inside it is weary and broken? I desire that you thrive in every way, in spirit, in mind, and in body. For I have placed within you a blueprint for life that is sustained by my presence, and when you walk closely with me, I give you discernment to avoid the traps that shorten your years. There are unseen dangers waiting to steal your vitality. There are whispers from the enemy that tell you it does not matter how you live. But those whispers are lies meant to strip you of the future I have prepared for you. So hear me now and let my words sink deep into your spirit. Guard your heart above all else, for out of it flow the springs of life. When your heart is filled with love and not hatred, with trust and not suspicion, your very body responds with healing and your mind becomes sharp like the morning light breaking through the night. And there is another truth you must know: your thoughts shape your health more than you realize, for when you dwell constantly on fear, worry, and anger, your body releases poison into your own bloodstream, slowly wearing you down. But when you focus on gratitude, on hope, on my promises, your body produces life-giving strength, restoring what has been damaged and renewing what has been weakened. And I tell you, there are many who die early because they never learned to speak kindly to themselves. They never learned to see themselves as I see them, beloved and worthy of care. They allowed the voices of others to define them and the heavy chains of shame to weigh down their souls until their bodies gave up the fight. But I have come to break those chains off of you now, for your worth is not determined by your past mistakes, it is defined by the love I have for you, and that love is eternal, unshakable, and beyond all measure. I knit you together with purpose. I breathed life into your lungs so that you would walk in joy, and I have stored up blessings that you have not yet seen, but to reach them, you must keep walking, you must keep choosing life, for every day you wake up, you face a choice. Will you fill this day with words and actions that add to your life, or will you fill it with things that take from it? For even the small habits you think are harmless can slowly cut short your days. But the small acts of kindness, of discipline, of gratitude, of care for your body and soul, will lengthen your path and keep your light burning. So I call you now to rise above laziness, rise above destructive habits, rise above bitterness, for these are thieves that come in quietly and take what is precious. And I say again, your life is precious to me. It is not an accident that you are still breathing now, for there are many who have left this world already, but I have kept you here for a reason, and that reason is not to waste away in regret but to walk boldly into the destiny I formed for you before you even knew my name, and the road to that destiny is one of obedience, not because I seek to control you, but because my ways are life. My words are health to your flesh and strength to your bones. And when you obey me, you align yourself with the very design I placed in you from the beginning, the design that allows you to flourish like a tree planted by streams of water, whose leaves do not wither, who bears fruit even in the hardest seasons. Yes, there will be storms, there will be battles, there will be nights where it feels like the darkness will not lift, but those who cling to me will outlast the storm. They will see the sun rise again, they will stand when others fall, and their years will be multiplied because they have chosen the shelter of my presence. For I am the Lord who heals you, I am the Lord who sustains you, I am the Lord who gives you length of days and satisfaction of soul, and no one can take what I have given you unless you hand it over by living in ways that go against my truth. So I urge you again, love deeply, forgive quickly, rest fully, eat what nourishes, drink what cleanses, speak what uplifts, think what brings peace, and walk in faith, for these are the pillars of a long and blessed life. And if you stumble, do not give up, for I am here to lift you, to strengthen you, to put you back on the path, because my desire is not to see you perish but to see you flourish in the land of the living for many, many years to come. And know this, my child, long life is not merely measured by the count of your years but by the depth and beauty of the days you live. For what is the use of living many years if your soul is empty and your heart is heavy with pain that you refuse to release? I do not want you simply surviving. I want you fully alive, drinking in the beauty of the world I created for you, breathing deeply of the fresh mercies I pour out every morning, and moving through each day with a heart unafraid, because fear will try to choke the very breath out of you, it will tighten around your chest and steal the joy that fuels your strength. But I have not given you a spirit of fear, I have given you a spirit of power, of love, and of a sound mind. And when you stand in that truth, your years are extended because you no longer live in the constant stress that wears down your body from the inside out. And you must also understand that gratitude is a medicine for the soul. Every time you choose to give thanks even in difficulty, you are pouring life into your spirit and light into your mind. You are feeding your inner being with hope. And hope is what keeps the body moving forward when everything around you says stop. When your spirit is nourished, your body follows. When your heart is full of praise, your strength is renewed like the eagle's. And this is why the enemy tries so hard to distract you with comparison, with envy, with feelings of lack, because these things drain you, they steal from your health. But when you keep your eyes on me and your mouth filled with thanks, no darkness can hold you, and the years ahead open wide like a door into blessing. And I say to you, treat your body as the temple it truly is, for it is where my spirit dwells. Do not fill it with what destroys it, do not starve it of rest, do not overwork it until it collapses, for balance is part of my design. The sun rises and sets, the earth works and rests, the oceans move and pause, and you too must honor the rhythm I have placed in creation. If you would live long, honor the Sabbath of your body, the rest of your soul, the stillness of your mind, for these pauses restore what the days take from you. And remember, relationships have power over your health more than you realize. The company you keep can either build you up or break you down, and some people are silent thieves, taking your peace little by little until you are weary and broken without knowing why. But when you walk with those who lift you, who speak life into you, your years are strengthened, your heart is lightened, and your days are multiplied. So I urge you to choose carefully who sits at the table of your life, for not every voice should be allowed into your inner circle. Some voices are like sweet poison, pleasing to the ear but deadly to the spirit. Yet others are like healing water, refreshing you and helping you grow, and it is my desire that you surround yourself with those who encourage your faith, not those who weaken it, because faith itself is a force of life. When you believe that I am with you, when you believe that your steps are guided, your body responds to that trust, stress loses its grip, and peace settles into every part of you. And peace, my child, is one of the greatest keys to longevity, for a peaceful heart is life to the flesh, but constant turmoil is rottenness to the bones. So let me teach you the art of letting go of grudges, letting go of failures, letting go of the need to control what you cannot change. For these things burden you with weights your frame was never meant to carry, but when you release them to me, your shoulders lighten, your chest opens, and your breath deepens, and that deep breath is life itself returning to you, for I am the one who gave it to you in the first place, and as long as I breathe my spirit into you, you will have what you need to keep going, to keep living, to keep fulfilling the work I have placed you on this earth to do. So rise each morning with the determination to guard your joy, to protect your peace, to feed your soul with my truth, and you will see the years stretch before you with more beauty and strength than you ever thought possible. And I tell you, beloved, there are secrets of long life that this world does not teach you because it is too busy chasing after quick pleasures and temporary gains, but I, the creator of your body and soul, know the deep design of your being. I know what keeps you alive and what slowly takes you away from the fullness I intended, and one of these secrets is this: live with purpose, for a person without purpose is like a ship without a sail, drifting until the waves swallow it. But when you have a reason to rise each morning, when you have a vision to walk toward, your spirit is energized, your body is strengthened, and your mind is renewed, and that purpose must not be rooted in selfish ambition. For those who chase only after their own gain often find themselves empty even if they reach the top, but when you live to serve, to love, to give, to create goodness in the lives of others, your years are multiplied because love is the strongest force of life. It feeds you even as you give it away, and it heals wounds in your heart that could otherwise fester and bring sickness to your body. And I say also that laughter is not a small thing. It is a medicine that flows from joy, and joy is a fruit of my spirit. So find moments to laugh, to smile, to see the beauty even in imperfection, for a cheerful heart does good like medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones, and dried bones mean shortened days. So do not let bitterness harden you, instead keep your heart tender, even if the world calls you foolish, for it is the soft heart that lives longest, not because it avoids pain but because it allows me to heal the pain quickly, not letting it grow into something that destroys. And you must also be careful of the pace you live at, for many run so fast that they burn themselves out long before their time. They think life is a race and they push themselves without rest, without reflection, without savoring the blessings I have given them. But life is not meant to be a desperate sprint, it is a steady journey where each step can be full of meaning if you allow it. So slow down, my child. Walk in rhythm with me, take time to notice the gifts I have placed around you, the sunlight on your face, the food before you, the voices of those who love you, for gratitude in these small things builds a foundation for a long life. And beware of the poison of constant worry, for worry steals days from your future and places the weight of them on your present, and your body cannot bear that load for long. Trust me with what you cannot control. Trust me with the outcome you cannot see, and you will find that the peace I give not only guards your heart but strengthens your years. And hear me clearly, long life is not just avoiding death, it is walking daily in the fullness of the life I have given. It is finding meaning in the work of your hands, it is resting when I tell you to rest, it is laughing when joy rises, it is forgiving when you are wronged, it is caring for your body as my temple, it is speaking blessings instead of curses, and when you do these things, when you make them a way of life, your days will be long in the land I have given you, and you will not simply be a person who existed for many years. You will be a living testimony of my faithfulness, shining even in old age, bearing fruit until the final day, and when that day comes, it will not be one of fear but of peace, for you will know you have lived well, you have lived long, and you have lived in the light of my love from beginning to end. And my beloved, understand that the path to a long life is not always the easiest path, for it requires you to walk against the current of the world, it requires you to say no when others say yes, it requires you to hold to my truth even when it is unpopular. But every choice you make in alignment with my ways is like adding a stone to the foundation of your life, making it stronger and harder to shake. And every act of disobedience, every compromise with what you know is wrong, chips away at that foundation and weakens the walls of your days. And I do not speak this to condemn you but to awaken you, because some of you have been unknowingly shortening your own life by clinging to things that drain you, by refusing to release anger, by feeding your body and mind things that harm rather than heal. And now is the moment to turn, to choose life again, for I have said before you life and death, blessing and curse, and I urge you with all my heart, choose life so that you and your children may live. For your choices do not affect only you, they create ripples into the lives of those who love you. And when you choose health, when you choose peace, when you choose kindness, you are planting seeds of longevity not only for yourself but for generations after you. For a parent who models joy and peace passes that medicine into the hearts of their children, and those children will grow strong in both spirit and body. And I tell you this because the enemy does not just want to end lives quickly, he wants to end legacies, he wants to cut off the blessings that were meant to flow from your life into the lives of others. But if you walk with me, if you obey my words, you will outlast his schemes, and I will make you a pillar in your family, one who lives long enough to see the fruits of your prayers, one who can speak wisdom into the younger ones and guide them into truth, and that, my child, is one of the greatest rewards of a long life, to see the generations after you walking in light, carrying the torch you held high. And I say to you again, do not despise the small, daily choices, for it is in the small things that long life is built. In the moments you forgive instead of holding on, in the hours you rest instead of pushing yourself past exhaustion, in the decision to bless your body with clean food and water instead of filling it with what destroys, in the discipline to fill your mind with my truth instead of the poison of endless fear and lies. These choices seem small but they are the bricks of a strong and enduring life, and when you make them over and over, you will one day look back and see that you have lived more years, more peace, more joy than you ever thought possible, for I am not only the giver of life, I am the sustainer of it, and if you will keep your eyes on me, you will not just survive the years ahead. You will thrive in them, and your steps will not grow weary even as the seasons change, because those who hope in me will renew their strength, they will soar on wings like eagles, they will run and not grow weary, they will walk and not faint, and you, my child, will be counted among them if you choose even now to take my hand and walk with me into the fullness of your years. And know this, my precious one, there will be days when you feel as though your strength is fading, when the weight of the world presses down on your shoulders and you wonder if you have the energy to keep going, but it is in those moments that I will pour fresh life into you, for I am the one who renews your youth like the eagles. I am the one who restores your breath when it feels shallow. I am the one who carries you when your steps are unsteady, and the more you lean on me instead of trying to carry everything alone, the longer and stronger your life will be, because stress, anxiety, and constant striving without rest are thieves of your years. They wear down your body from the inside and age your mind long before its time. But peace, trust, and surrender to my will act like a shield around you, keeping your heart light and your spirit full. And I tell you this because many chase health in the wrong places, searching endlessly for remedies and cures while ignoring the root of the sickness, a troubled soul, a bitter heart, an unforgiving spirit, and these are weights that no medicine can remove but my love can heal completely, and when your inner being is healed, your body begins to follow, because your body listens to your soul more than you realize. It responds to joy, it responds to forgiveness, it responds to peace, and when you feed it these things daily, you extend not only the length of your life but the quality of it. For I do not wish for you to simply live long in years but to live long in health, to live long in clarity, to live long in purpose, and part of this is also choosing words wisely, for every word you speak is a seed you plant in the garden of your life, and some words bring life while others bring decay. So speak over yourself what I speak over you, that you are chosen, that you are loved, that you are strong, that you will see my goodness in the land of the living, and watch as your body and spirit rise to meet those declarations. And I tell you, surround yourself with light, for light not only drives away darkness but it also strengthens you, and that light comes from time in my presence, from worship, from gratitude, from acts of kindness, and each time you walk in light, you are pushing back the forces that try to shorten your years, because the enemy works in the shadows, in secrecy, in hidden stress and unseen wounds, but I work in the open, bringing truth and freedom to every part of you. And freedom is a healer. When you are free from guilt, free from fear, free from resentment, your heart beats easier, your breath comes deeper, your steps grow lighter, and these things add days, months, and years to your life. So my call to you is not simply to avoid what kills but to actively embrace what gives life, for the more you live in this way, the more you will see the miracle of long life unfolding before you. A life not wasted in the shadows but lived fully in the brightness of my love. And my beloved, you must understand that your days are written in my book, but the way you walk determines whether you will see the fullness of them, for I have placed before you paths that lead to life and paths that lead to destruction. And when you walk in the way of wisdom, you step into the flow of my protection, my provision, and my preservation, but when you ignore my voice and follow the impulses of the flesh or the influence of those who do not walk in my truth, you step outside of the covering I have prepared for you, and in that place the enemy finds opportunity to weaken you, to drain your joy, to shorten your time, and I do not want this for you. For I created you to fulfill every assignment I have placed in your spirit, and these assignments require not only strength but time, and time is a treasure that I give you each day in the form of hours, yet so many waste these hours on things that neither nourish the soul nor build the future. And wasted time becomes wasted life, so I call you to be mindful of what you give your attention to, for whatever you focus on grows stronger in your life, and if you focus on bitterness, bitterness will grow, if you focus on fear, fear will grow, but if you focus on peace, peace will grow, if you focus on health, health will grow, if you focus on love, love will grow. And each of these good seeds will lengthen your days because they feed the body and soul with what they were designed to receive, and do not underestimate the power of rest, for I gave you the pattern of day and night, work and Sabbath, not as a burden but as a gift, because rest renews the cells of your body, it repairs the damage of the days. It restores the clarity of your mind, and when you neglect it, you speed the decline of your strength, so rest without guilt, for even I rested after my work, and this is part of the rhythm of long life, and do not think that long life means avoiding all challenges, for challenges are part of your growth, they keep your spirit strong, but it is how you face them that determines their effect on your years. Face them with trust in me, and they will strengthen you. Face them with fear and hopelessness, and they will drain you, so let your battles be fought in faith, and you will come out not only victorious but renewed, for I am the one who takes what was meant to harm you and turns it for your good. And each time I do, your faith deepens, your joy increases, and your life is enriched in ways that go beyond the counting of years. And this is why some who walk with me seem to grow younger in spirit even as their hair turns white, because their life is rooted in a source that never runs dry, and that source is my presence, and I say again, remain in my presence, for it is the wellspring of life, and all who draw from it will live not only long but well. And my dear child, I want you to see that life is a delicate but beautiful gift, and the way you treat it each day determines how much of it you will enjoy, for I have made your body wonderfully and intricately, designed to heal, to adapt, to grow stronger, but it cannot thrive if you fill it with what destroys it, and I speak not only of food and drink but of thoughts, words, and emotions, for the heart that carries constant anger, resentment, or envy is like a garden filled with weeds, it chokes out the flowers of joy and peace that were meant to grow there, and when these weeds are left unattended, they begin to steal life from your years, so I urge you to tend your inner garden daily. Pull out the weeds of unforgiveness as soon as they appear, water your spirit with my word, let the sunlight of gratitude warm your soul, for these are the things that give you not only length of days but sweetness in every season. And remember also that your relationships are like mirrors. They either reflect the light I have placed in you or they cast shadows over it. So choose to walk with those who bring out your best, who encourage you to stay on the path of righteousness, for walking with those who lead you away from my truth will only lead to exhaustion and emptiness, and your years will feel heavy instead of full. And I do not want you to simply exist, I want you to thrive. To wake up each morning eager for the day, to feel strength in your bones, peace in your mind, and joy in your heart, and this is possible when you allow me to be your source in every area, for the world will tell you to depend on your own strength, but human strength alone is limited, and it wears out. Yet those who draw from my strength find that they are renewed again and again, like streams of water that never run dry. And this renewal is the secret to enduring not only the years but the storms that come within them, for storms are inevitable, but those who have deep roots in me will not be uprooted, and they will live to see the calm after the storm, they will live to testify of my faithfulness. And in their testimony, others will find the courage to keep going, and I say to you, let your life be a light, not a flicker that fades quickly but a steady flame that burns for many years, illuminating the path for others, and I will keep that flame alive as long as you walk in my ways and guard the treasure of life I have given you, and as you continue this journey of life. Remember that your days are a gift wrapped in the gentle hands of my love, and each sunrise is not just another day but a sacred invitation to live more fully, love more deeply, and breathe with greater awareness of the miracle that sustains you, for longevity is not simply a matter of counting years but of filling those years with choices that honor the body I gave you, the mind I blessed you with, and the soul that carries my breath. So let every meal you take be a prayer of gratitude, nourishing not just your hunger but the life force within you. Let every sip of water remind you that you are sustained by the streams of my mercy, and let every act of kindness you offer ripple through the universe, returning to you as strength, health, and vitality. For you were not made to rush through this existence like a flame that burns out too soon, but to endure like the mountain that stands through centuries of storms, and you must protect your heart from the poisons of bitterness and resentment, for such things age the soul faster than time itself. Instead, keep forgiveness ready in your hands, so your spirit stays light and your days remain long. And I tell you that laughter is a medicine I placed in your design, so let it pour from you often, even in moments that seem heavy, for the vibration of joy strengthens your body's defenses more than you realize, and when the world urges you to push harder and faster, learn instead the rhythm of rest, for rest is not weakness but a renewal, a way to restore the temple that is your body so it can carry you through the years with grace. And you must honor the seasons of your life, knowing that each phase brings lessons that feed your soul, whether it is the spring of youth, the summer of strength, the autumn of wisdom, or the winter of quiet reflection. For in each there is a beauty that sustains you, and when you walk among the trees, breathe deeply, for their breath becomes yours and your breath becomes theirs. And in that sacred exchange you will find the secret to longevity hidden in the balance I created, and above all, keep your faith strong, for faith aligns your steps with my divine protection, and a heart anchored in trust will weather storms without being broken. So let your days be woven with love, truth, and purpose, and I will bless you with the gift of a life not just long in years, but rich in meaning and filled with my presence in every heartbeat.